So, Deb, I can't remember where you are. You're in the States, right?
There we are.
You're in the
Yeah.
US?
Yes.
I want to say it's a state that starts with an M.
Nope. Now I'm in Texas.
Oh, not even close. Wow. Okay. And Laurel is in Canada. And welcome, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi.
Expect a crowd. I was just on another call. They're all talking to come over and check out Bodygraph chart.
Oh, right on. I love your accent. Are you in Boston?
No,
No?
I'm from New York area. That's probably
Oh,
why I sound different for coming from Texas.
oh, I didn't realize it was you talking, Deb. I thought it was Lisa. Okay. Yeah.
All that we were just all on? Was that, were you on that, Deb?
Yeah, I
Okay.
was watching because I had things to do, but I was listening in on what was going on.
I brought my friends, Vicky.
Yeah.
We all came with we all came with
Yeah.
Kathy.
Where were you hanging out?
Adrian's group. She's got a little HD hangout, professional
Oh,
group.
nice. Nice.
Having her
Very
hangout call. Adrian's like, I know Kathy has to leave at 3 because she always goes on that other call. So we started talking about it.
Well, not always, because we've missed you for a few weeks when you were in Florida.
Yes.
Yeah. I love your background. Your backyard.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to decide if I was going to have to go in because it's thundering and it was about to rain and I don't know. We'll see. I might have to move in.
All right. Well, it's 3:01 here. I thought it was nighttime where you are, Victoria. No?
Well, it's 8 p.m. here, so not technically night, especially if you're single mama. It's just never-ending day. Because you still got to do some work after work.
I turn into a pumpkin at 8 o'clock. So that's what time I do go to bed. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to ask you guys to mute if you're not talking. If you want to come talk to us, that's great. But just because it's there's a lot of echoing going on, maybe that's just me. I don't know, but I can hear it in my teeth. I can feel it in my teeth. Okay, so we are going to be talking about pricing our services. That's one of the things that we're going to talk about today, pricing our services, because it's been coming up off and on in the group for a little while. And I just find it such I love it. My background is every kind of business, but retail, in the retail world, it was really a thing, of course. So it's just a fun thing to talk about. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And then I am surprised to know that Victoria has tech tips for pricing for us. So I'm like chomping at the bit for this from you.
Not really for pricing. I mean, I have tips, probably because I see the tendencies from our customers, what they usually do. So I can give those tips and share what works best probably for our customers. Yes.
Awesome. And you see what's selling the most.
Yes, I do see. So
She's like our
yes.
little secret weapon.
I mean, yeah, I definitely can say that probably reports that answer to never-ending problems. For example, if you niche down, so let's just say how to go through postpartum depression, how to go through the divorce based on my human design, how to pick the most, appropriate career path for me, and how to, I don't know, even how to do your daily life, or like how to do yoga based on your human design. So exactly the reports that are answering and helping to solve some issue in my life, not the generic ones that tells me what is my type, or which, like, authority I have, but the ones that actually helping for me to go through something challenging in my life, probably the ones that are most successful reading reports.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So we will get you to unpack that with us. I always forget until I remember the affirmations. I know that that we try to start with affirmations. So I'll back up the bus. Yeah, Kathy's like, and Kathy has them like a list of them. I'm like, I don't even have that. I write them out on note paper, and then the note paper's gone. And yeah, so very, it's fun to see you guys here. Welcome to those of you who are joining us now. So we'll get started with our affirmations. And Kathy, you keep track of them for us. And then we'll get into the meat of it, okay? All right, so you can close your eyes or whatever feels good for you. Normally what we do is that I speak the affirmation and then I give you space that you can say it afterwards as well, okay? And I'm going to say the word God, you replace it with whatever that is to you, universe, whatever it means to you, you just go for it, okay? So when I speak deep breath, actually, since we're here, let's take a couple. Just coming into your center. We're going to be talking about pricing, which can be a fun topic, but also can be kind of triggering if there's some stuff that comes up for you around this. I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I am worthy of everything I desire.
I am worthy of everything I desire.
What I desire is already here for me.
What I desire exists for me.
I am worthy simply because I exist.
I am worthy simply because I exist. Oops, sorry.
The world is a better place because I'm in it. Now I'm missing your voice. The same God who created the universe thought that the world needed one of me too. I am proud of who I am. When I stand in my value, I empower someone else to do the same. I am worthy. I am worthy of everything I desire. What I desire is already here for me. I am worthy simply because I exist. The world is a better place because I'm in it. The same God who created the universe thought that the world needed one of me too. I am proud of who I am. When I stand in my value, I empower someone else to do the same. And then we'll just take another big deep breath. And when that feels complete for you, we'll just come back to the room. And get ready to talk about pricing our services well. And there will be time for tech help as well. So we don't want to have Victoria in the room and not use her ninja/queen skills to help us with tech stuff. So we'll have opportunity for that too. Okay, so if you're just joining us, welcome. Victoria was talking a few minutes ago when we were kind of started before I remembered the affirmations. She was talking about what she sees in the back end of Bodygraph, what is selling the best. So can you take us through some trends that you see? I know you said about the niches, but what about pricing? Is there a price point that's better than another?
I don't know, I can't say, like, I'm really can't say the price range because it so varies. We have customers all over the world, but don't forget there are no borders in your business because it's online. And don't think local because it's you working online. So that means you will have customers from pretty much all over the world. And do not undercharge yourself because it's going to be super, you're telling them straight, you're training your customers straight away to actually, kind of set the bar, what your value is. And if it's going to be super, super hard to raise the price later on, it's very hard. But I've seen customers selling the most amazing reports for like as cheap as $10, which is absolute nonsense. And I've seen not so great reports, let's say not so detailed reports, but customers selling it for like $200 and people buying it. It just depends on your marketing, on your niche, on like how many followers you already have, and if you have already some sort of traffic at your website. So there are too many things that depend on, what you can actually, that beginning price that you can set. But I probably advise to set it slightly higher than you think that you should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and there was something that happened in a human design space, and this week, it's interesting. I got an email from someone and they had launched something, and then because they didn't get the feedback that they wanted to get or that they thought they would get, they immediately lowered the price. And I was like my retail heart just was like, oh, because in my store, what we did, it worked every time. It's a big thing in retail. If something is not selling and it's sitting on the shelf, you do not lower the price, you raise the price. And it works like a charm in retail every single time. The tendency is to put something on sale, right? But actually, when you raise the price, like there's some, okay, let's do this. How many people automatically assume something is better if it's more expensive?
All people, yeah.
I was going to be like, don't tell me I'm the only one. But there is that, right? That sometimes like I see things and they're like, I mean, there's always going to be people who look at something and they're looking for a deal. Yes, we always have those people. But there's always people who think, oh my God, it's too cheap. It can't be any good. So I think we have to be careful with that, with our reports that we're putting out there and our services, especially when we're going to be in the room with people. Like you're giving so much of your heart and soul into your readings or your coaching sessions or anything. Like it's just undervaluing is just, oof. Yeah, it gives me the willies. And then something I was going to ask you, Victoria, or maybe talk about with everybody is there's also this illusion that the more information that you put in, the better it is. So we can end up just completely fire hosing people, and it's not even stuff that they can use sometimes. So like let's just say reports, because that's what we're doing here, but your report doesn't have to have, or your webinar doesn't have to have 16 components of something, right? It has to be, like Victoria said in the beginning, usable in their real life.
Absolutely. And that's something that, probably I see that especially people who just, finish maybe human design courses and they're just starting the business, and that happens very often. Like, so how much information should I include? Should I include the channel? Should I include? It's not about that, but actually like what solution you will give for people through that. It's not just a generic information like what my channel means or whatever. So just give me real life examples, give me solutions through those. And the report can be as little, because I don't know, I'm a super visual person. My first report that I received myself was about 80 pages. I just lost it in the middle. Does not matter. It was amazing report. It was amazing report. But as a visual person, and a lot of people are visual people, like I just couldn't go through it in one go. I couldn't eat it in one go. So like for me, and it was amazing report, but it was generic report telling me like what the type means, what like, authority means. But I would want to find the solutions, how to actually use that in my real life, in my daily life. That's what people discover human design, that's what they're looking for, to find the solutions through the human design. That's why they're looking the horoscopes, to find that answer, because they're probably in a struggle and they're trying to find some affirmation or something in there that would help them to go through the day, through the week, through the year, some challenge and at that moment.
And I always say to people, think about when you first learned about human design, when you first learned about your human design. Well, it depends also where your people are, right? Some of you may be serving human design practitioners, you may be serving people who are really comfortable in this world. That's a different thing. But if you're serving people who this is all brand new for, like Laurel, Feng Shui and human design, like you could do the smallest piece of information and it would be mind-blowing for someone, right? So go back to when you first started. Like I know I had a couple of human design readings when I first, and I came out more confused than ever. I had no idea why anyone would pursue this information. I was like, oh my God, this is like crazy stuff. And we can do that in our reports too. Kathy, you look like you're itching to hit the unmute button and share with us now that you're inside.
Always
hate
itchy
that
to
you
unmute,
Yeah.
no, chatty Kathy. Yeah, I think that is a big tendency for all of us, and I have a defined will. It's not just an undefined will that wants to prove stuff, but like this, really wanting to make sure that we give people enough that that we feel like they're not going to walk away thinking, why did I just pay for that, right? And as you, but it's true. I mean, I know I bought that beautiful map from Christy Ng. That's like what, $300 or something. And I think I've eventually went through and read all of it, but like, yeah, it was like multiple settings and like, oh yeah, I never finished that because it was just, and hers was not as involved as probably what I'm writing right now, which is part of why I haven't published it. Is I think I need to now go back and take what I've been writing and break it down into like 4 different reports. Because it's too much at one time, right? So
That's a good point. Like we can always edit and split them. Like all of us have content banks, or we should, I hate that word, but have content banks that we can pull from. And that's the first thing when I'm in my content course, the first thing that I do, like people come in and guaranteed the first couple of weeks, every Facebook post or Instagram post that they go to write is like 12 posts, because we try to pack so much in, right? I'm not going to say your name properly. Why is that hard for me? The J, because you had a really good comment in the chat. It's far better to add value than to lower or discount, because you're training people to wait for discounts and sales. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And who do you want to work with, right? Do you want to have a whole bunch of people who just wait for sales and wait for sales and wait for sales? Because that's quite a treadmill to get on when you have to continually be offering discounts or everybody's waiting for the next sale, than if you just have value all the time. And if you're just, yeah, Kathy?
I was just gonna say, so what do you recommend? Like, cause I did create a report that I just put out there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make it really cheap because I just want people to have this information. So I'm only charging $7 for this report that is not, it's not highly individualized. It's really telling people how to read the chart. And then it does have just some short codes in there that say, okay, this is how you figure out, these are the different types of these are the types and how it is how you find that in the chart, and yours is this. It doesn't really tell you a lot. It's really for that person who's a first line, or they just really want to understand the way it works. But I put it out there really cheap, and I feel like it makes it seem like it's not valuable. And so yeah, okay, I don't know how to say Joa, how do you say your name? Can you just?
João. It's complicated.
João.
You can the translation is John in English, so it's far easier. When I
It
was
sounds
living
so
in
much better
London,
the way you say it.
Joao, is that how you say it? Did I say
yeah,
it
yeah,
right?
it's pretty
Okay,
close.
Joao.
It's pretty close.
That sounds way better than John.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're saying really good things, and so, but the reason I haven't made it like free
Hmm.
is because I'm trying not to, you know, that was my tendency, was going to be to make it free, and so that was my hearing Vicky in my head, stop giving everything away, so I put a price on it. But
Mm-hmm.
and also, I think I'd like to make a free lead magnet that does not require the chart, that I can just email to be a straight email type of thing for other purposes. So maybe I'll make a version of something else that's free. I just don't want to have too many free things because I don't have very many paid things.
Mm.
If I may, I think at least for my case, Bodygraph chart, what it gave me for real was a big newsletter, because every single person that did a map on my site went straight away to my newsletter. So I grew in less than a year over to 3K people on the newsletter continuously. So because I started removing, because it's far better when you remove those that you know that aren't going to be customers. So the faster that you remove them, the better. So you can give, or you can create a value ladder, and that can start with a free report or something that you feel that it's just getting people in the groove. Because like I think was Vicky saying, that a lot of people are going to be on a very, very entry level, and people, if they get a lot of this is something that I learned in web design, which is make things so simple. It's like the kiss, keep it simple, keep it as simple. I'm missing one S, so stupid. I think it's stupid.
Stupid.
So
Yeah.
if you make things far too complicated, and I'm pretty sure that I did the BG5 consultant course, and they have a report that is far so generic and complicated. They have everything there, and even the basic one, it's the opposite. It's like $15 but has nothing in it. So people are going to be very disappointed on the lower one, and the other ones are going to be very overwhelmed. So starting with the free one, at least it depends on how you have your following, because I always say that don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if you do and something happens, so adding value can be on a lot of other things. If you have like sessions, then the report can be adding value. Like I haven't done anything discounted. I just kept adding, like every single workshop or masterclass that I do, I add it, and then the price goes up, and then I add another thing, and then the price goes up, and then I add another thing, and to the point that I feel like, okay, this is something that I did like 3 years ago. This is going to be free now. Goes to the value ladder. It's going to be the first thing that I give away. That's the workshop, because I don't have any attachment to it anymore. Because if you did something that it takes a couple hours, you're going to be attached to it no matter what you say. So if you start creating new things, then, and it depends if people are into the procrastination thing, or if you just keep the ball rolling without any expectations, because it's the same thing on selling. I learned a lot with the coach last year. I did 6 months with him. I learned so much in 6 months. I tripled all my sales because of him. But the only thing I learned was that in 3 months. The next 3 was a big disappointment, because I learned I'm missing the definition word in English, because I'm only going on the BG5 one, which is collaboration. I'm a split. So I take my time, but once I get it, I never forget it. So even I'm teaching my clients, because I'm more into the coaching side of human design. I like to go into the theory and put into practice. So I don't really, I feel like people need to practice more. It's an experiment. If you like it, you take it for yourself. If not, put it away. So yeah, I read the book a couple weeks ago, which was, I think, Million Dollar Weekend by Carl. I don't remember the last name. If it's something that I think I keep seeing every single time, is learn to fail and learn to fail fast and keep going for the rejection, because having 100 rejections one way or the other, you're gonna get clients on your way in. So that's at least for what I did. On my side is that as a projector, I had to learn to slow down, because if not, my body will really pay the price. And that's what I've been paying the price for the last 2 months, because I was all in and not really taking breaks, and takes a toll on the body. But yeah,
So I have something that I
Thank
would
you.
like to add to this
Sure, and
conversation.
then we'll go to Yasek after that. Yep. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, so I think that the lowering prices is just not something that you should do, as you just said, Vicky. But I also think that Bodygraph has given us a lead magnet, which is the chart. And you can include whatever you want in that chart if it's set up, as little as you want or as much as you want. If it's connected to your autoresponder, then that's your lead magnet, right? And then also, in the women that I coach in regards to pricing in their businesses, it's all about how you value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, you don't price the way that you should. Because if you feel less about yourself, if you have money issues, then you'll find it hard to price your services and or products. So just understanding your who you are, I think makes a huge difference. Any money issues that you have, if you have issues thinking that something is too much to pay for something, then that's the energy that you're putting into your products and your services. And so it'll make you lower your products or price them at $7 or whatever. I think that if you're taking the time and investing in yourself to learn the knowledge, right? And it's costing you money to learn this knowledge or invest in Bodygraph, however you're learning this information and wanting it to disseminate it to your client base, then I think you should kind of think about that where you are and how much you pay for it and price accordingly. But I personally offer value in several different ways. I have several different entry points for people to experience Wendy, because it's an experience, and they get to play how they want to. But I don't start anywhere lower than $200, up to, for human design, up to 1094 at this point. So they get 4 readings, and I add an energy painting to that group of readings, and they pay. So that's it.
Thank you. Yasek, you've been so patient. Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, no. You're gonna come back. Okay, come back. Try to fix it and come back. Yes. Okay, so thank you for all of that. And I would ask you, Kathy, where are you selling your $10 product?
You mean my $7 product?
Oh, 7? I thought you said 10,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, it's only $7. Really, right now, I've kind of stopped promoting it. When it first came out, I was putting it on, like I had it on my story and I was talking about it a little bit. The main way that I have sold it is I did an in-person event where I did these little mini readings, and then when I was done with the mini readings, I sent that, actually, and Bodygraph chart software was so good for doing that. I was just explaining in the last call about how well it worked, because I had a QR code on a big sign and it took them right to the chart entry page. And then they had it on their phone, but I could on my MacBook just go into the generate or into the whatever that
Statistics.
page is where we have we can view the charts. Statistics, I think it's called or something. And I could pull up the chart, so I could look at it there on my thing, and they had it for reference. And then I could just say, now, if you scroll down, see, these are the options of what you can purchase if you want to do more. And a lot of people, especially because in this 15-minute reading, I did not explain anything about why anything was the way it was. I didn't explain anything about how the chart worked. I just said, here's the stuff about you. And so, you know, pretty much every first line I talked to bought that, the one about how the chart works for sure. And then I also had the QHD one, that the 60-page report that I have customized. I have that up there. And so I sold a few of those that weekend too. So I have them pinned like on my TikTok. I have I had done a Loom where I recorded myself kind of quickly going through it and saying, oh, it was my first time doing that, so those aren't great either, but I'm gonna redo all of that and I'm gonna change the price, but I just, I haven't figured out, I don't have clarity on what I want to change it to, or whether I want to actually change the document and reintroduce it at a different price.
I think that the way to do it at an event is the perfect way to sell a $7 report. Because someone, like, I mean, I don't think that we can just say that if we're selling something for $7, it's because we don't value ourselves. Because there is such a thing as people need to try you out. If you're at a vendor fair and nobody knows Kathy, how do you say your last name? Book. I would just say Kathy B. Okay.
Prashanto.
Nobody knows you from Adam. That's the perfect, I'd risk $7. Am I going to say $97? Probably not. But if you've given me a 15-minute reading and like you're explaining to them, okay, so here's how you can work with, here's what you can buy right now today. You don't have any problem with your value. You're walking them through how they can give you money. So, you know, that to me makes sense. Another place that I would put a report that's like that is in a welcome sequence, because it doesn't really matter how expensive something is in a welcome sequence. It can be $2. It can be, it doesn't matter. I mean, the lower the price
And I
point, the
actually
more-
went back into my welcome sequence after you said something on one of your other Pearls of Wisdom webinars. I was like,
train
oh
them
my
to
God,
buy.
I should put my reports in. I need to go back and put in my welcome sequence that people can buy this, because I had not had reports when I made my initial.
Yeah. And we
thing. So,
forget to go
yeah,
back and look at our welcome sequences again, right? I can't be the only one who forgets to go back and look at my welcome sequences. But yeah, that's the perfect way, because it's like training them to buy. The earlier you train them to buy from you, because a customer will continue to be a customer, will continue to be a customer, will continue to be a customer. So much easier to sell something else to them down the road, right? So
Right.
yeah.
The
And I
thing
mean,
the thing I'm struggling with, or I don't hate that word. I don't like struggle. I don't like should. I don't. The thing that's still not clear to me is how to get more people to my site. You know, I get a few each day. I don't have, and I knew I was looking at you, Joe, when I said that. Because you said something about adding 3,000 people in the last year, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to listen to this man. So yeah, how do you get people? I have this podcast. I tell people every time, but there are people who already have their chart, so they're not going there to run their chart because they already have their chart. They already like human design. So how am I getting them to my site?
are they the people you want on your site? Are they the people you
Mhm.
want to?
Well,
On
this
my
is
case,
okay.
on my
I wanna-
case,
yeah,
I worked just for a sample. I only work on Portuguese, so Brazil has nearly 230 million. So roughly there's nearly like 300 million people speaking Portuguese. But let's just focus on the fact that my primary target is Portugal, and Portugal only has like 11 millions, but all over the world, because I have worked with tons of people. So my main goal was basically have a really strong blog. And with my blog, I basically generate roughly between 20 to 50K visualizations per month.
Nice, holy.
And that started with like a very tiny. So, and I have had the same blog posts, but they are very, very like key aspects. I have one which is like how to decode your charts, and that one has like 100 over 300 visualizations, because it's something that it's what people will search on Google. And then the other one was but it takes time. It was growing on Instagram, and I don't have a big following on Instagram, not even 2K people following me, but the ones that follow me, they are fans, so they consume every single thing that I do. And I focus on that because I talk with every single person that starts following me. So I create like a direct line of channel, and it's very easy for me now, not like 1 year ago, but it's very easy for me now to see if they had done the chart. If not, I give them all the link to generate a new lead, and then I see what's their energy type, and then I start working with that. As a coach, it's very easy to see if it's going to be someone that I can help or not. If it's not, I just give it to someone else, because it's very easy to know that there's always going to be someone else showing up. And that's how
love
I
that
got
you
leads.
actually you actually contact everybody who follows you. That's a great idea that I never thought of.
And I
Yeah.
have tons of scripts for so I don't have to think on my mind, "Oh, what I'm gonna say." No, I have like 10 scripts, different scripts right away. I just change the name, read a lot of polls, because that's how you know the struggles that people are going through. So make the right questions. And I don't know if that's something like projectors do, but I learned with someone which is a manifesting generator. So if he does it and he does it so well, why can't I do it? So I just copied, and he was the coach that I had. So he's from Australia. He's really good. So that's how
That's
I got leads.
That's amazing. Now everybody's going to be stealing that tip. I'm just going to go to Yasek. Okay, first,
Yes.
Adrian, I know that you have your
Yeah.
hand
Hello.
up as well, but yes, yay,
Hi.
we can hear you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I actually have a few questions. First of all, about the pricing, because a few weeks ago, I just asked you a question about the pricing and the price point. Especially maybe this is a question, Mark, for you and for Victoria, because I strongly believe that the American or North American, yeah, USA, Canada price points in every service, they are far, far higher than Europe. And compared to, I could compare it for photography, for example. Photography session costs $1,000 or $2,000, and in Europe costs like 500. And probably it's the same with human design. I'm not sure what would be the price point for example, for online consultation, like 1 hour. If there is an average, Victoria, maybe you have idea, or maybe someone has idea how to price, because I am pricing something like €100 or $100 per 90 minutes. And I think that I could also put 200, because it's, if someone wants it wants, so I don't see any big difference, because anyway I am selling only through myself as today, which it's also some kind of the other topic which I would love to ask. So the first point about the online consultation, whether it should be like, is it 100 too low for 90 minutes, or is like kind of average, or have to be 200? What is your recommendation? Because I have no idea, frankly speaking, and it's difficult for
Okay,
me to judge.
I think
Yeah.
Victoria, she unmuted, so she's gonna, but while he's doing that, let's everybody put in the chat what we charge for 90-minute session. I don't do one-off
that could
sessions,
be
so I'm just
great.
gonna put like a reading, which is 90 minutes. We'll just all put it and you can just see what the answers
Would be
are.
great. Yeah,
Or did you have something for that?
Yeah. So yeah, so I would say this is way too low, because that's probably would be a good mid-range report that people can purchase on your website. That could cost like 100, but you're investing not even 1 hour, it's like 1.5 hour, 90 minutes just for 100. I would say it's way too low. I've seen like, and I see right now in the chat as well, it's going somewhere from 250 to 400 or even 500. I've seen euros for a session, because you're actually giving your personal insight, your opinion, your suggestions and real life examples for the customer live face to face. So this is definitely
Okay.
very expensive service.
Okay. So thanks
Like
a lot.
$1
I
a
will.
minute that you're charging.
Yeah. I will change it. I will definitely change it, because I had the impression that it's a little bit too low, and I'm giving bit too much compared to other services. So that was the first question. So the second question is about the reports, because I do have a few reports on my site. So one is this specific report is like 60 pages. This is everything until the gate. So without the gate, with line type, profile, just overall impression about how to navigate through the human design. And the price is like $50. And I am not selling much, but I still think that it's not a matter of price. It's rather a matter of my marketing, which is not existing today. And the other question is about the report of the health. So you publish some kind of the report for the health and for the child, the gifts and challenges for the child. And I was thinking about the child because based on my understanding of human design, it's for child. So I would love to have it for child for free, just to give a chance to grow new generation according to their design. But in terms of the health, do you have like kind of the price point for such a short? This is like 10 pages, health, very very short report.
Yeah, but I mentioned this is not exactly it's not in a page, it's a number on of the page. It's the solution. So for example, the child report is to discover your, superpowers of your child based on their defined centers. This is mini report, but it's super amazing report to find out like what is your child good at, what he can achieve, like, based on their defined centers. This is like little book about what to encourage within your child, and this is very worth a report. And I wouldn't sell it like cheaper than at least $50 or euros or even more than that, because and even though it does not have 100 pages, 80 pages or 60 pages, it's the way less than that, but it's super specific. And it gives some very specific information about my child. Or I don't know, maybe how to, as I said, to give a solution to the problem. For example, how to help my child to focus in their studies. It can be as little as 15 pages report, but if you will give me a solution, as a parent, as a single, especially parent, I would pay a hell of a lot to find the easy solutions to, how to grow children in the most perfect way, in the comfortable for them based on the human design. So, that specific topic is a high value.
Okay. What about the health? Health for do you treat the same way?
Absolutely,
report?
the same report. Well, we introduced these 3 reports as a lead magnet, so we offered for customers to offer them for free to attract people to their websites. But eventually, we see that like very rarely someone offers it for free, because it's really good value in there. Again, to find out about your health based on the human design is something really valuable. So I wouldn't give it for free or really cheap. What I would give for free, it's probably just freebie should give a little bit of taste. It's like I like to say, it's like a fishing game. You kind of throw a little bit of something to give for customers a taste what they're gonna get if they will buy that more expensive version of your reports. So for example, it can be the chart, maybe a little explanation how to understand the chart, maybe summary of the properties, and then their type. But the type description should be super interesting to read, super catchy, because that's going to be a hook where you're going to get them, you know, interested and say like, oh my God, that's about me. I want to find out more. And then they will go and purchase your paid reports because they liked that freebie. So I always advise to give that freebie, not just the chart, you know, with as little information as possible, but that little freebie to give them a little bit insight. Type works perfectly. And that's probably the very first thing what people find out when they come across the human design, their type, right?
Of course.
So,
Of course,
yeah.
Okay.
And we
Okay,
will
so
go to-
that, thanks a lot. May have another question because there's another thing, maybe not specifically for this meeting, but this is meeting about the pricing, and the question is about how to attract the business community, because I still thinking how to enter the business environment, as I strongly believe that this wisdom is have to be applied and have to be implemented into business space. And do you have any interesting insight or ideas or hints how to really market and how to enter the business market for
Okay.
for
Before Vicky goes and gives the amazing, you know, ideas, I probably would say, I don't know, in a country where you are, yeah, Czech, but for example, Poland, right? But in UK, where I am, that we have a specific business platform such as LinkedIn Jobs,
Of course,
Indeed,
yeah, LinkedIn.
and having a profile. And I know business coaches who are doing human design, our customers as well, they definitely have LinkedIn, and they're attracting a lot of
Really?
business people through there. Yes. So
Vicky, sorry, Victoria, could you could you just put to the chat or to the email some best top of the guys which are marketing perfectly on the
Sure.
LinkedIn, because I would love to see the good
Y-
benchmark how to work on LinkedIn. I have a huge base on LinkedIn actually from my business life,
you
previous
mean
life. So
to share the customers who
no, just to enter a name, so I will see what do they do on the LinkedIn, the good
Okay.
coaches on human design.
I'm not sure if I can do that because I should not I should not reveal the customer's name or what they're doing. So
Okay.
because of
So
the data
anyway,
protection.
you have them in your LinkedIn base. So I will try to maybe I will search for.
Try, but you know what? Go into LinkedIn and I'm pretty sure that their search engine will pick up on a human design and business coaching and the business, you know, human design. So just search for that, and most likely you will find customers of ours who have profiles in the LinkedIn.
Okay. So maybe thanks a lot for Victoria for explanation. But so maybe one session would be great to have about the business marketing for business environment. If it would be great.
Why not?
Probably
That's an idea.
for us as well.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. That's an idea. Why not?
We're always looking for ideas. And Jacek, are you in the Facebook group?
Actually, not. You mean this Bodygraph? Yes.
Okay, so pop something in there, and then everyone who serves the business community can post tips in there and things of how they got started,
Okay.
and then, okay.
Okay.
And then in August, we are running, I heard you say that you're not marketing your offers.
Not really.
So
Not
you did
yet.
say that out loud. You didn't just say that in your
not
head.
yet. Yeah, no.
So we're going to be
That's my
talking.
rejection. That's my rejection.
We're going to be
Sacred
talking
wood.
about building your audience. In August, we're running a boot camp. It's 5-day boot camp to build your audience on social media. So make sure that
Okay.
you
Would be
join us for
great.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Details will be coming out probably next week, I think. I was trying to like,
Perfect.
what day of the week is this? So yeah.
I
Yeah.
would love to. I would love to. I know that it's still missing in my case. Okay. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Adrian, thank you for your patience.
So one of the questions I had, and for Wendy, what is your niche? Because I really felt like something in my spirit move when you talked about the prices of your reports. So I just want, I'm not familiar with your work. So what's your niche?
So I work with women 40 and beyond to help them find their midlife magic using the tool of human design.
Ma'am. Okay.
Sexy,
I think
eh?
I think we're
All
connected,
the
and I will
midlife
be.
women.
I know, like, okay, that speaks to me, and that speaks to even some of the people in my audience. For me, so I am not offering reports yet, but like this call has made me a convert. Hallelujah. And the thing that I think that happens with pricing is this, for some of us, there's this lack of awareness around, kind of like with, Jessica said, like, what are other people charging? And then I also think that, there's this idea that you have to overload people with so much information. um, I have come to find, like, for me, I am relatively new to being an entrepreneur, online entrepreneur, even though I've been playing around in the space for a long time. So I somehow built a brand, but never built a business. It's hilarious. I'll tell that story one day. So I have a lot of people that trust me. And so they'll give me money when I sell something. And what I found is that if you get a lot of ease with a price, then it's probably time to up the price. And if no one buys at the price, I never thought about just upping the price, but I'm really feeling into that because I think that quite frequently people don't believe that you can offer as much value as you're offering at the dollar amount that you're offering it at. And so because of that disbelief, then you'll get people who won't buy into something. I knew for me, I had I wasn't my first course, but maybe the second course I ever offered, like a live, we're going to do this together as a group coaching package for X number of weeks. And I filled every spot, right? I had all the spots filled. Which one told me this should maybe have cost more? And as we got into it, I kept getting feedback like, oh, I would have paid more for this. And I realized like I am chronically underpricing and I think I price well. So it's literally like, so it's really funny. I was coaching one of the women in that program, and she came to me for a one-on-one session, and she was negotiating a deal, and she's um, a project manager for small scale IT projects. And this project, she had, found the budget and everything. And we started talking because she felt weird about it. And I was just like, double that. I said, just in case you run into any problem. And she did, and she got the contract. So literally any number you think, it's it. Numbers almost don't matter. And then it also does kind of boil down to what kind of people you want to deal with, because it's really interesting that people who buy at lower prices sometimes are a little more demanding and less into it than the people who will buy at a higher price. That's my big take. And Wendy, I'm on you. Hi.
So can I just speak? Can I just say thank you for seeing me? I appreciate that. And it is so true. What you charge and what people pay, it really does have to do with your self-worth because it's the energy that you put out. Numbers don't matter. It's where you value the information that you're giving. And I have reports, but it's my time, energy, effort, and talent that I price. I don't price a report. I price my time, energy, effort, and talent. It's what I value myself for and what I'm putting out into the world. And I believe that those who see my value, and I get that they see that through me having that 2034 channel, right? It's the channel of charisma. And I'm leaning into that more and more. And it's the value that I bring. I also have the gift of insight. I get to see that the clients that I work with, and it makes sense for me to charge what I feel I'm worth. So it's what I feel that my efforts are worth. And I'm here to make a living. I want everybody to know this information, but I also want to be paid for my time, talent, and expertise. So thank you, sis, for seeing me. I'm gonna follow you on Facebook.
I love the energy.
Yeah, what a lively discussion. And I'm just realizing that we have 8 minutes left. And we've had such a robust conversation. We can keep this going in the Facebook group for sure. I don't want to leave the room without giving people an opportunity for, I still think you're a ninja, even though I can go with Queen Ninja, but ninja for sure. Do you need Victoria's eyes on something in your Bodygraph chart system? Well, you've got her here. You got 8 minutes for her to solve. She can probably solve 2 problems in 8 minutes. If there's anything, I hate to break up the discussion, but
Well, not the
Laurel.
problems, maybe technical questions if it is,
Yeah.
but if there's
Yeah.
a problem, please send me an email because I actually have to log into your account and I don't want to do that on the live call.
Laurel, did you have something for Victoria?
Well, maybe it's more involved, but I was trying to find more information around the environments in the charts, in the reports, and I wasn't sure if we had that. Vicky, you'd mentioned something in my post, and I was trying to look at it, but I couldn't figure out how to add the environments.
So we do not have a pre-made report that actually includes the environments.
Just the part that says cave, like cave or.
Yeah, so my content, you know, that just little maybe description is included there. I don't remember. I think
Okay.
for environments it is. But we do not have a in-depth description for the environment, basically. So that should come from out, you know, outside the source, like I don't know,
Okay,
the book
to add
or
that
something.
in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can add your content in there, yes.
Okay.
And Laurel, may I offer you something that you've probably already thought of? I would totally feng shui the environment up in your report. Like if you're talking about a shores environment, I would bring in what to do for feng shui to make your shores environment in your home, or mountains or markets or what, like even a picture on the wall, or like whatever little thing that you could do. It doesn't have to be a lot. It can just be like one quick win, right? It's
Okay,
such
yeah,
a-
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. I feel
Go
like
in that
it's
direction and fine tune it towards that. It makes the most sense for sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. And okay, it turns out there's more. It's like quad rating is like whoosh. It goes back to the beginning of the call where we were saying like it doesn't have to be a lot. I just did I mean my VAs are like always like I'm piling them up with stuff, but I just did a business report and all it is centers. It's just looking at the shadows of the centers. Like it's not going to be a lot when someone downloads it, but it's something that they can really use. So for you, like environment with feng shui is enough. Like you don't have to start at the beginning and do type and strategy and all that stuff. You can just do your environment. Because the more consumable it is, the more they can win at it and go like, oh my God, that made such a difference.
Okay, I'll fine tune in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lisa, did you say that you had something? I'm sorry, I thought it was you that flashed. Nope, maybe not. I thought somebody over on this side of the screen said they had something for Victoria. Going
Hi,
once.
yes. I wanted to know if you have written instructions on how to create a module in WordPress, not a page, but just a module to put the chart generator into. Like right now, I have it on a page, a website page, but I was on a webinar a couple weeks ago and they showed the ideal examples is the chart generator is in a module. By that, I mean, it's on like your homepage when you first get to your homepage, but it's not the entire homepage. It's just a section.
Okay. I
Okay.
give, so your website is built on the WordPress, you said, right?
Well, right now they click a link to run their chart, but I'd like to actually have it
Okay.
right there available for them to enter their information.
Okay, so with the WordPress, do you have a specific theme or is just a classic WordPress editor that
It's
is
Divi.
is Divi? Okay, so within it, like with the Divi, I'm pretty sure I tested it once. With the Divi, you can add the sections, like when you go into the editor, you can add the sections into the website, into specific places. I think it's just a plus sign. So if you will go into
Right.
editor on the specific page editor, it
Mhm.
will have to add the sections which will, I don't remember how it's called in a Divi, but I think it's going to be HTML or embed code or code, the title of the section. That's what's going to be,
Okay.
and that's what you need to add and copy and paste embed code into that HTML code or embed code field. And then form
Yeah.
will appear exactly at that section where you added at your home or whichever, website
Okay.
platform you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to do it and it didn't work. Basically,
Do you want
the
to,
the imagery was just too huge to fit
Okay.
into the module. And I'm not a programmer. But if you had written instructions,
Not specifically on the Divi, but there is an option as well to have a form on the home page. However, result will open on the different page, so redirection is possible with the integrate chart. That we have articles at the help center, but I'm absolutely fine. Lisa, send me an email. I will send you my link to my calendar. You can schedule a
Okay.
meeting with me, and we can try to set it up together if you want to.
okay, great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sure. You're most welcome.
Kathy.
I'll try to be quick, but that just prompted a question that I have. I've been thinking about moving my website from Squarespace, and I was thinking of moving it to the free business site, but I'm a little worried about some of the limitations in there, and I'm now considering maybe moving it to a WordPress site in general, and then still, but what I'm wondering is if I now create a WordPress website of my own, because I want to be able to do a lot of different stuff. So, can I link the reports in there into the shop feature of WordPress, or do I still have to use the business website and link to that the way I'm doing now? Does that make sense, what I'm asking?
Victoria's got little people that are
Yeah, I've got guests at my door
Right.
and I can't open the door.
Sorry, did you miss my question?
No, I got your
Oh,
question. Yeah.
You're so good.
Ears up with me.
My ears, yeah, listening, everything
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, there are certain limitations with the business website, but I shall say limitations within preset preset template, a preset theme. We had customers, if you want to, we had customers also hiring developer who build an extra for them within the business website or build completely new WordPress on, like, instead of the theme that is built in. So there are, think outside the box. So you can use our, hosting and that, but you can hire a developer and they will build absolutely customized WordPress website for you with absolutely everything
Like-
that you want in there.
Dr. Eleanor's site, I'm assuming, was custom built.
Yeah, so we had customers who custom build, like hired specific the developer, and they build amazing actually websites instead of business websites. So host was still through us, but they did not use our theme. They turned off our theme and they built their own theme and the website.
So I think, I think I saw a post that kind of made me feel that maybe you're in the process of trying to find more developers who can do that, so you can recommend them to people.
Yes, because we launched the service to offer to hire developers and that customized service. And, so many of you actually wanted us to, and our team is just too small to handle all the requests. But we're looking right now to expand our team and to offer the service as well. Yes.
Do you have a wait list that I can get on right now in front of all these other people who are about to ask?
We don't have a wait list, but you will be in my head whenever we will launch.
Okay.
I
And I
probably
know
will
I'm your-
send you an email.
I'm your favorite pest, so I'm sure that
Yes,
will,
you are, Kathy. We're chatting a lot, so yes.
okay, good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're most welcome.
Okay. Wendy, one thing quick. Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say, Kathy, thank you for that laugh this morning for me. Because I heard you say in my head, how do I get to the front of the line?
Love it, love it, love it. All right.
Always at the front of the line.
Thank you for being here, everybody. It was a fun discussion. And remember that you can always get in touch with Victoria at that little button on the right-hand side when you're logged into your Bodygraph chart account, and you can always say, help me, or whatever else you want to say to her, or support@bodygraphchart.com.
Or
And
say hi and send me, a very nice message and
send her
ask
love.
me how I am. Send me some love. Yeah.
Yeah. Get her address, send her cake, anything like that.
Well,
We'll
I'm
do.
baking a cake, so I can send you a cake, so. Yeah.
All right. Have a great rest of the week, and we will look forward to Yasek's post in the Facebook group talking about business. All right.
Thank
See you later,
very much,
everybody.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your day, evening, morning, whatever it is.